Yo, what is going on, dudes? Hopefully everyone is doing okay. So look what we got. We have got the new bike. It has been a long time coming, dudes. We bought this bike way back in January. We kind of had hopes of riding it around about kind of March, April time, but obviously that didn't happen. So it is now August, so it's been a long wait. It was worth the wait. So I have spoke about this briefly before in a few of my videos, but this is a Suzuki SV650S. It's a K3 model, it's a 2003, and when we bought it, it was about 7,350 or something like that. So quite low mileage for a 2003, and we've done maybe about 100 miles or so on it. I did actually ride it back from my brother's workshop, which is about an hour away from where I stay, so it was a nice wee introduction to the bike. But I'm loving it, dudes. It's so good and it sounds awesome. So we picked the bike up just over a week ago, and I've been out on it quite a few times just to get used to it. We learnt to ride on the Suzuki Bandits. They're a more upright kind of riding position, aren't they, whereas this is, it's slightly leant over. It's not too bad, and of course it has the clip-ons rather than the kind of straight Street Fighter style bars on it. But it is such a nice bike to ride though, dudes. It's so easy to ride, and for a first bike as well, if you've just passed your test and you're looking for your first bike, I definitely recommend it. It has got enough power, you know, to have a lot of fun on, but it's not like seriously aggressive, you know. Obviously if you act a little bit silly, you can put yourself in a really sticky situation, but if you just relax, take it easy, it's a lot of fun. But so far, dude, I'm absolutely loving it. I mean, I'm not that crazy on the clip-ons, I'll be absolutely honest. You can get used to them fairly quickly, but the thing I found after maybe, you know, 20 minutes or so, you know, your wrists and your elbows, you can really feel it, you know, they're kind of cramping and tensing up quite a bit. But I've not got the best joints anyway. I mean, my wrists and my elbows are kind of dodgy anyway. That doesn't really help. But you know, whether it's just a time thing, you know, like you have to get used to it, you know, just give it time. You know, like if you start training or start lifting weights or something like that, you know, it takes a few weeks just for your body to adapt. There are obviously things that you can do. You can get clip-on risers. You can also get like full top yoke conversions where it changes the bars out for the straight Renthal bars. But I don't know, I'll wait and see about that. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do something like that yet. I mean, we've only had it for less than 2 weeks. I'll give it a bit of time, just see if we kind of need to get used to it. And if it is still a problem, then it's something we can look into. But apart from that, I love it. It's so good. I've just been taking my time on it. I've not been doing anything silly. You know, I've not been taking any risks. I've not even been doing any filtering or anything on it, just purely because I want to get as comfortable as possible on the bike. I mean, I will be honest, I've been on the motorway a few times and kind of given it a wee blast here and there. You know, nothing stupid, not absolutely nothing stupid, well within limits. But yeah, I definitely need to get used to riding on motorways. Holy crap, that is windy. I'm still trying to get used to this whole slow control of it, you know. It's quite a tight turn to get it out of my car park where I stay, just because all the cars are parked and stuff. So that took a bit of getting used to, just because I'm not used to having the big straight bars and the Bandit. But I'm hoping that the audio and the camera angle is okay. I didn't really do any tests or anything. The only thing I did was I added another little bracket onto the GoPro, because obviously we're kind of looking down a bit more rather than being quite upright on the 125. So hopefully that's alright. If it's not, we can change it out for the next video and get it sorted. It's a lot more torquey than what the Bandits were that we trained on. I mean, it's a V-twin. Don't ask me what that means. I've got a rough idea. But it sounds awesome and it goes pretty quick when you want it to go. But it does sound really good though. So yes, I thought I'd just take you guys out for a little run. It was supposed to be sunny, but the rain's just starting to come on, which is a bit of a pain. But it's nothing too heavy. I think it's just a passing shower. It feels quite manageable, you know. It doesn't feel like, holy crap, I'm about to get ripped off the thing when you open it up. Which is a good thing, obviously, for your first bike. You know, you don't want to be jumping on something that's got the power of a Hayabusa or something like that. F that. So it's absolutely perfect for me. You know, I don't want something that's, you know, a rocket. You know, I'm not interested in doing lose your driver's license speeds. You know, that doesn't interest me at all. I just like being on a motorbike. That was the whole reason I decided to get a bike and get my license, just because I like being on a motorbike. And honestly, dude, best thing I've done. Absolute best thing I've done. So she is a 2003, so she has got a few age-related marks here and there. You know, you got to expect that. It's a 17-year-old bike, you know. I'm also the third owner of the bike, so I mean, it's had a pretty easy life. You know, it's been well looked after. I mean, apart from maybe changing out the handlebars at some point, maybe, I don't know yet. I'm not really planning on doing any other mods to it. You know, it's only got the top fairing, and it's also got a belly pan, which is clearly aftermarket, which is fine. So I don't know, I might keep that on, I might not, but one thing I noticed is the belly pan was kind of like hiding some of the metal work, and it had a wee bit of surface rust and stuff. So it's just something I need to keep an eye on. I've cleaned it as best as I can, it came up pretty nice, but I'll put the belly pan back on. So I might keep it on and just kind of make sure that I'm taking it off, you know, every couple of weeks or whatever, and make sure everything's nice, clean and tidy. But I'm not interested in buying like the aftermarket fairings for it or anything like that, or putting any exhausts on it, because I think it sounds quite nice the way it is, you know. So things like fairings and exhausts, I don't know if the exhaust would affect the performance of the bike or not. For me, it's just affecting the sound of it, so I'm not really too fussed. And things like fairings and tail tidies, they're just cosmetic, aren't they? They're not going to make any difference to the bike, so I'm not too fussed about putting something like that on it. I'm maybe going to see if I can find somewhere to park, and we'll have a wee walk about the bike, let you have a wee look at it. And as for the instrument panel, fairly straightforward. You know, you've got your clock, your neutral, your indicators, your oil, fuel, main beam, and then your speedo and miles, things like that. You know, so nice and simple, which if you ask me is probably the best way. You don't really want, you know, a million things staring at you, you know, while you're trying to ride the bike. So that for me is more than I'm ever going to need. And the seats seems to be fairly comfortable. I haven't felt any numbness or pain yet, you know, and I've been on it for like probably about an hour and a bit, you know, constantly when I rode it back, and it was fine. In terms of the height of the bike, I'm not too sure if this bike's been lowered or not, I've got no idea, but I can get, not my feet flat on the ground, but I can get like the balls of my feet and my toes down on both sides, and I'm about 5'9" you know, so it's fairly comfortable. You know, you're not kind of like struggling to kind of hold the bike up or anything. Gotta admit though, dude, the biking community is awesome. You know, 99.9% of people will give you a nod. There's that occasional guy that won't, you know, he'll just totally ignore you, which is fine, you know. Even when I had the L plates on and I was on the 125, majority of bikers gave me a wee nod, you know, and I nod to learners as well, because I was a learner, you know, even just a couple of weeks ago, you know, I still had the L plates on. So yeah, I give them a wee nod as well. Why not? End of the day, we're all on two wheels. That was a busy wee town today, dude. Oh my god. I also found the height of the foot pegs kind of weird at first, you know, because I think the Bandit was like a lot lower. I'm sure the foot pegs were quite low on that, and these are quite high. It's more, it feels more like a kind of almost like a racing position. I mean, it's not uncomfortable, it's just different. I don't know if that's something you can change, you know, you can maybe lower them or what, I have no idea. It's probably something I won't do, but yeah, it definitely takes a bit of getting used to. I'll maybe go up to the SAS monument again, see if it's quiet. If it is quiet, we'll stop and have a wee look about the bike. One thing I'm still getting used to with this bike though is the cornering. I know about counter steering and limit points and all that sort of stuff, but it just feels like I'm cornering slower on this bike than what I was on the Bandit and things. Whether it's just because the shape of the clip-ons compared to like the straight bar or what, I don't know. I'm sure that's something that'll come, you know, it'll come with time and practice, I guess. But you know, I'd rather be too slow than too fast and end up, you know, making a silly mistake or something. Damn, what happened to the sign, dude? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's absolutely mobbed. Right, okay. I'll maybe come back in a wee while. Holy crap. But it's good fun going around roads like that though. It is a lot of fun. It puts a smile on your face. Even if I'm not doing it very fast, it still puts a big smile on your face. Even just riding around little twisties like this, you know, through a small town, you know, at 25-30 miles an hour, it's a lot of fun. You know, you're not doing anything silly, you know, you're out on your bike, it's good fun. What we'll do is we'll maybe head back into the city and go back down to the big retail park where I used to go with the 125, you know, to practice all my slow manoeuvre stuff, we'll maybe go back down there. I mean, she can definitely move. She can definitely move when you want it to go. Let's hope my battery's going to last long enough. I only have one battery on me. I was kind of planning for that wee monument area to be pretty quiet. But we need to go somewhere else, so hopefully the battery lasts long enough for me to finish this video. One thing I do like, I really like about this bike, is the shape of the tank. You know, the tank, it's got like this shape where you can pretty much hug it. You know, you're almost hugging the bike, so you feel nice and secure on it, you know. I mean, the tank is really big. It takes a while to get used to the size of it, you know, if you're coming off a 125 or even from a Bandit. You know, the Bandit tank's fairly big as well. But I definitely like the shape and design of it. You know, it fits your legs really nice. One thing I really like, and this isn't just, you know, towards the SV, this is just having your Mod 2 license in general, is the amount of freedom you have, you know, because obviously the 125, you're kind of restricted in where you can go on it, you know, because it's, you know, not exactly the quickest thing in the world, so you kind of struggle with motorways and things. Obviously you need your full license for a motorway anyway, but having your full license in the bigger bike, where you know you can get up to speed limits, and you know, literally in a matter of seconds, it's really good, you know. And you'd be surprised at just how many miles you cover when you go out for a little ride. You know, like if I go in the 125, you'd maybe do 10-15 miles, you know, and this thing I've done probably about 25-30 miles today already, just going out and about, you know, because you can go that little bit further because you've got that bit more freedom. So good. It is so good, dudes. So good. And obviously if you've got a really nice bike to ride, that helps a lot. I mean, it's got absolutely loads of overtaking power. Absolutely loads. One thing I do need to do with this bike though is a little test with the fuel, just to see how many miles per gallon I'm getting. I've done a bit of research online and it seems to be fairly good for fuel. I forgot to reset my trip the last time I got fuel, so I'll definitely do it next time. I've not been down here for a while, man. This was our stomping ground pretty much every day on the 125. We'd be down here like every single day. Wow, look at all the click and collects. Holy crap. This place is just as busy. It's fine, we'll go away over into the corner where we're not disturbing anybody. We're nearly out of battery, but that is it. I mean, there's a few light scratches here and there. I need to get this bit cleaned up a bit, you know, but that's not too much trouble. But apart from that, she's a nice looking bike. Some of this, we're going to get this cleaned up as well, because I'm not like taking it off the road for winter, but it's going to get stored over at my brother's place during the winter, because I'm not really going to be using it during the winter, so I might as well take it off the road, and that's going to give us a chance just to go over everything. I think we're looking at replacing things like the gear lever and stuff. But yeah, it is a really nice bike. I really like it. I really do like it. It sounds really nice as well. It's got a nice sound to it. But I just thought I'd show you guys the new bike. I mean, there's not really too much to say about it. I mean, it's an SV. I mean, apparently they're good first bikes, and I totally agree with that, with the whole 150 miles I've done on it. Yeah, but it's really good. If you're thinking about getting one, I can guarantee you won't be disappointed. I still need to work on my own riding game, you know, things like the corner and stuff. You know, that's nothing to do with the SV, that's just down to my own skill level. You know, that's something that will come with time, you know. It's really nice, dudes. But anyway, guys, I need to go because this is going to run out. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, guys, click that like button and also hit the subscribe while you're there if you want to see all of my uploads. Ring the bell while you're there and you'll get a notification every time I upload. I'm going to try and upload kind of like once a week, just kind of doing bike related stuff. We're still a small channel yet. Hopefully we'll get bigger, it's one day, but obviously we're still starting out, we're still learning the ropes. But now that we've got the big bike, we can go on and do things further afield and see where it takes us. But anyway, guys, have a good one, take it easy. I'll see you all next time.